everybody. How's it going? I'm just donning a new hairstyle. Don't mind me. Let us cleanse ourselves, and then we can get into the reading this week. I hope all of you have said goodbye to the rest of January for all that nonsense, and we're able to let go, especially with that Mercury retrograde and getting some re-understandings of certain mental processes and things in our lives and the way that things go. I know I have, that's for sure. I'm living it just as every day, just like everyone else, so I don't get any special free pass for being a mystic. I think that's the misconception, or the thing that people, religious people want you to think, is that they're, they get a free pass to heaven because they're giving the message to you. Nope, I'm in the trenches, in the dirt, suffering with the rest of everyone. It's be a leader, not a boss. The leader is there down, working hard with everyone else, and the boss is the one cracking the whip, making all the getting all the easy free labor from everyone else, and convincing everyone that they're doing just as much work as they are. Don't read my face at all, no. So I had a couple things I wanted to read. And these are things that I have, just things that I've written down throughout the week or throughout different times, just that I have meditated on, because I don't always get a chance to meditate before this. That's why I do cleansing, because I don't want to bring you a tainted message, although I have had some fire and brimstone, but that's passion. It's not aggression. It's not negativity as people might think. It's so easily confusing, to mix the two up. People, they see your text online, and they just immediately project the fact that they think that you're angry because they're just used to people being angry, or they're angry themselves. It's very misleading, which is why this world connected via internet is dangerous for communication, for relationships. So I wrote this kind of about a thought process I had about when people push others away. And I think it's a very poignant message. I have a few, so we'll see how everything comes out. All right. You push people away because somewhere along the line somebody made you feel that you were not worth love and respect, an easier story to believe in your mind. Someone did not appreciate what they had when they had it, and that made you feel like your worth was less than it actually was. They tried to possess you instead of love you, so they made you smaller to be easier to contain. They didn't give you the freedom to roam and come back to them, yet shackled a noose around your neck. But you have so much value of your friendships and how you take care of them without even batting an eye, because you want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and happy, even before yourself. It is an enviable position to strive to. I'd rather be a friend than a lover, but I think both is possible. Being surrounded by your support network allows you to take on the world and accomplish your dreams, because you have big ones. Your heart is so large and was wide open at one point, ready to have every bit of that love story you were promised, not realizing that it would look totally different from your expectation, but letting the past pretense dictate the future form of your life will keep replaying it. Start a new chapter with something different. Then you will know it won't be the same. Let yourself be loved completely by yourself, because only when you truly love yourself will you know how valuable you really are. Now, that is for everyone and for me, because that comes from a place within my own heart and my own experience. And it is a very deep understanding of how we can put projections from other people in front of our own vision. And it is not something to be ashamed of and something that we should have known better, because life is a process of learning. We learn how to become who we truly are. And through that, we have to fight through the jungle of things that are out there to hinder us. And second of all, here's some little things. If life imitates art and art is life, then where does the artist and the art disconnect? It doesn't. It doesn't. Everything we do is a statement of art. Sometimes it is to teach others a lesson or about a different perspective, and sometimes it is to teach ourselves. And lastly, this one really coins mostly on my channel, why I don't charge for readings, why I'm not trying to hustle money, because this is not my information to charge for. This is things I channel. It's not my job or anyone else's job to teach someone, especially the dominant party, how to be a good and decent person. It's up to a person to actually be mindful enough to see where they've gone wrong and change their own behavior. But the reason I do this channel is because there are so many assholes out there that I feel as if I need to contribute something so that I don't have to run into so many assholes. And that's that. Okay, so we have all of our decks here, and we have our stones, and let's get to the reading. I think that last message is true for a lot of people who feel like they have the ability to understand, and they wish to impart the light and the understanding and the wisdom, but it's not our job really to have to do that, because people should be doing that. People should be reflecting and monitoring engaging reactions from other people, just for the mere fact that it doesn't feel great to be an asshole. Why do you think so many of those raw and dark and angry writers had such a very angry and bleak existence? Is because they focus on the negativity. They focus on what isn't going right. They focus on the mundane, the horrible, the awful. Oh, that one just popped up. If you cannot project a positive course for manifestation, things are not going to happen. You have to believe. You have to believe in magic. If you focus on what isn't working, it'll continue not to work. It'll continue to repeat the past patterns. And then you will feel like you are failing continuously, because you kind of are. Because you're failing to see your misdirection. It's not that you are bad. It's not that you are wrong. It's not that you have, some debt to pay. Well, maybe karmically, but I mean, it's not specifically going to beat on you down every single day. Things may happen to you that are karmic, but something's not going to happen as a karmic way. We have balancing. You have to balance out the universe. But, just keeping that in mind will help your success. And the thing is, people look at this channel and they either agree or they don't care or they vehemently disagree, and that's okay. You can feel however you wish to feel. I'm just merely relaying the information. If you decide to take it, I'm happy because then it'll help you. And if you think I'm nuts and that it's not going to help, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to find a different path to success because it's not gonna help you if you just, disregard people. So, I win either way. Ha! Ha ha! Success! I mean, I've been winning quite a bit this year, so I'm not complaining. I've got pulled back so far the last 3 years, and with my reflection and depression and just trying to deal with everything that it just seemed like I hadn't dealt with, or that I was still operating under this just misinformation about my own self and like who I was and how I should be. Because a Libra life path is a difficult one where you feel like you don't really understand your identity because your identity is so closely tied up with other people. You are not a single individual person. You are more for the collective, appeasement. And it is very important to feel like you have an understanding of who you are and your individual desires and your individual, representation. I get to learn all about that in this lifetime, and I am so excited because I used to be afraid of who she was, but she's amazing so far. She's a little angry sometimes, but who isn't in this climate, this world, everything that we see around us? It's hard not to be. So focusing on that positive path, I found, has led me further and more direct than any other path I've ever, tried to be on. Because I tried the negative path. I tried it. I've experienced it. I've been raw. It doesn't work. It doesn't help. It's, instant gratification. That's why we think it works, because we think, oh, well, we're getting instant results. That's gonna help us, right? No, wrong. You have to put in work. You have to be far. You have to have a grand far sight of your goals, and you have to reach and strive and beat down the doors, just going for what you want with the passion and the zeal and the understanding that you will fail, but you must try again, because nothing great ever comes easy. It doesn't always come at a price, because that makes it sound like a negative thing, but you have to work. You have to want it. And you can't let others dissuade you or distract you from what you want. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Yay, cards. Holy shit. Oh, we got some big cards. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Two of Cups reversed. So we have two people, two masculine energies for the beginning of the week. And both of them are upright. So we've got somebody with very good logical understanding, a boss, a superior, somebody who's coming in with some advice, who is imparting some very fair and balanced understanding of words and explanations, contracts maybe. a job opportunity. King of Wands could be the same person, could be two different people, man or woman, depending on, because gender is a social construct. You know, a woman could have masculine energy and a man could have feminine energy. That's really the most important thing to remember. Your outside does not dictate who you are on the inside. So don't allow someone to tell you you're just a girl or you're just a guy. You can't do that. Doesn't matter. Girls can pursue, guys can receive. And then the Two of Cups reversed. So it looks like there is a relationship or some kind of connection between maybe these two people. Maybe this one person is dealing with different factions of a relationship. Because the King of Wands is very action-oriented, not very logical thinking. So they're actually very complementary, but yet opposite. We have, you know, the air element, the mental, and we have the action. So we have forethought and foresight and understanding of everything, and then we have the ability and the drive to go and the will to go. You know, the King of Wands is a very direct forward, get going person. Think of the air signs: Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Those people, it's all about action. And then the King of Swords is all about the mental processes, understanding the tiny details, understanding the, you know, all the little facets of what and where and how and who, those kind of details. So this is a very, very good reading, especially even though the Two of Cups is in reverse, it's really more like melding the two together. And if you can balance the two upright masculine energies, you're going to create alchemy, because we have fire and air. Fire is fed by air, so you're going to just it's just going to be this gigantic, you know, fireball that's just going to explode like a star. And if you can manage to keep the air at a decent, you know, running rate and not put too much of the fire out too much, you can actually sustain that flame for longer. See, that is where the two come in. So it's about a balance. It's about a direction. It's about action. It's about being known, being seen, being heard. Very, very great, strong cards for the beginning of the week. So just look and admire and be excited about this forward momentum that we are getting for the beginning of February, which is fantastic. I think that's all I have to say about the beginning of the week, because the middle and the end of the week and the, you know, the things is very it's a very powerful week, I have to say. So we have the Sun in reverse, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and we have the Five of Wands reversed in the middle of the week. Now, all reverse cards, like we said, doesn't necessarily always mean a bad thing. However, it can mean that the energies are a little stuck or they're malleable, but the Sun is such a great card. It's kind of overshadowing these two minor arcana cards. The Sun is all about the warmth, the brightness, the depth, the feeding your energy outwardly, projecting who you are. I mean, we have these two people in the Phoenix, you know, it's just, and this is all about not being afraid to show and shine, because there's so much wonderfulness inside of you that is left hidden for fear of judgment, for fear of ridicule, for fear of from your own self. It's all your understandings of what is okay and what is not okay, and is someone going to give me a look, or how, you know, I'm not going to get this, you know, projected back to me as in the right way that I want. So you have to kind of, you know, take that in stride and understand that you're not always going to get that projection, but as long as you have that mirror in front of you and you see and that you can project back to yourself, that other stuff doesn't even matter. And I think the Seven of Swords is basically in reverse. It's just saying, don't let that cheat you from shining, because that will hold people hostage. The next card is the Eight of Swords. I mean, it holds you hostage in a mental pattern that you can't, it's hard to break free of, because you're cycling these thoughts of the unworthiness and not feeling good enough. But you are good enough. And the only person who can truly tell you that you are good enough is yourself. Because you're the one who has to convince yourself to do something, to be someone, to put yourself out there, to write, to sing, to dance, all these things. And perhaps it is somebody who you are competing against that is, taking advantage or giving attitude and making you feel like they're better than you and they've got, it going on and you don't, and they're better at projecting that kind of misinformation to you. What you have to do is you have to say, you know what? No, that's not how it is. That's maybe how you think it is, but you can't project that shit onto me. No. I know better. I know how wonderful I am. Then we have the end of the week, the Two of Swords, upright. So there is a decision, a stalemate. You are having you're up against somebody else in a relationship, perhaps, because twos usually represent relationships. It could be a business relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be, a rivalry, it could be, it's a mental understanding between two people where maybe one person thinks one way and one person thinks the other way, and you got your swords crossed. You are, kind of up against something. And we have the Queen of Cups here upright, so that's really great. So maybe it is a decision about being receptive, or a decision about feeling that emotional connection, or feeling that you are worthy, or feeling that you are loved or have love to give. And we have Justice. So upright. So, I mean, there is something, just, you are winning. You are getting a just reward for what you have, the time, the energy, the love, the nurturing, the care that you have put into a situation. And it was just 2, 2, 2, 2. So 22, 22 on that when I said that. So that's a great sign. Two of Swords, Queen of Cups, Justice. So maybe whatever has been happening in this beginning of the week, you feel like you get justice and things are coming out in a fair shake for you. You don't feel like you have to give up or just concede because you didn't want to fight in the first place, because it wasn't worth the fight. Because it never is worth the fight. Because when you're coming up against somebody who's trying to project something onto you, when they come at you and they push their energy in your direction, you want to push back because that's the natural inclination. But what you have to do is you have to go like that, and their energy can go over there, and you be like, oh, you missed me, bitch. No! I ain't got that. What? Anyways, so the overall themes for the week. So, I mean, the end of the week just seems like you're really getting your due. You're really getting your just rewards. The decision goes well in your favor. You make your own decision that you believe so fully in yourself that none of that shit that people sling at you could even possibly get close to you, because you're just dodging it right and left. You're like, oh, can't get me, can't touch this. What? And so the overall energy of the week is, so we have some, we have a lot of pentacles at the end of the week, or the overall. So this might have to do with money. It might have to do with gain. And we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed with the Four of Cauldrons or Cups, because they came out at the same time. But, it's... good love cards. It's not a bad thing when it's reversed. It's just, don't take silly risks with the gain that you have. Whatever, monetary value, stability that you're building, don't allow, this wishing and pining kind of, don't allow your emotions to overtake that. And the Four of Cups is all about, valuing what you have. You may not have everything right now at this moment. You might be missing a person. You might be not in the exact right spot at a job, or don't have your degree yet, or, but don't allow that to overshadow the fact that you have so much, and you have so much stability. And I mean, this is also a minor marriage card too. I mean, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. This is a family, home, stability. You have the money. You have the means. So don't feel like, oh well, I don't have this, so I have nothing. It's about valuing exactly what you have emotionally of the physical. Then we have the Tower. So the Tower is about stuff that wasn't built on a firm foundation to begin with, that is now crumbling apart. So whatever was holding you back, I think, in a sense of feeling like you had that security, feeling like you have, things, family, stability around you, is actually falling away. I think that's how the Tower is going to be interpreted in this situation, because the Tower can be kind of scary, because people are like, oh my god, shit's falling apart. Or, a couple other times it was, the bombing in Paris, and that's really awful because people died, and that's not a great thing. But in this case, in this interpretation, it's a positive thing, because then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, which is all about a lot of hard work, hard grindstone labor. But in reverse, it's like you don't have to work as hard as you had to work in the past. If you feel like you're just working and working and working, and it's just nothing has seemed to be changing, you're just kind of doing the same old thing over and over again, and you're getting just little to no change or of result of getting anywhere closer to where you're trying to be. That's the difference. The difference is you are now. That it's not going to be as hard. The barriers, the blocks are flying away. People are just getting out of your life that don't even need to be there, that we're just hanging on like, vacuum suckers to your soul and to whatever you are giving out, that they are free to take, but they're not going to give anything back, because that's the nature. So it looks like this week we're just busting wide open and just giving and receiving and leveling up in this existence. We're evolving. We're becoming ourselves even more. So for the love cards, or the soulmate cards, I should say, we have dwelling on the past and future keeps me from experiencing the power of now. I make a conscious choice to be present. I accept love now. I'm grateful for your love. And that's really this Four of Cups energy. So be grateful for what you have right now. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not, getting the big paycheck just yet. That's okay. It's coming. And you're not going to have to work as hard for it. Let go of inhibitions and be creative. Allow your imagination to run wild. That's her. She's about imagination, creativity, let your imagination run wild. Don't let people limit you and how you shine. Your love life will transform in ways you never have thought possible. And this is not just, a love life with someone else. It's your love life with yourself. Because first and foremost, you are loving yourself. You are loving you. You are saying, I am the most important person in my existence, and I will not rest until that person is satisfied and happy. No matter what changes life brings, nothing will change my love for you. You give my life purpose, and because of you, I feel safe. I am forever grateful. Thank you. And that is this justice, when you allow the change to come, when you allow things to fall apart that didn't work, new things can come in. New things can allow for greater existence, greater success in your life. It's so wonderful. Close your eyes and feel your spiritual connection to everything on this planet. Every person, animal, tree, and flower. Feel the ocean, the wind, the sky, all in perfect harmony, moved by one eternal flow of love. It is only normal to miss someone who is dear to you, but remember, love knows no separation. You may be physically apart, yet spiritually you are always united. Those you love are forever present in your heart. That includes those that have passed on and that you hold dear in your very existence forever and ever until the end. And we have Sacred Heart. Passion, love, and spiritual communication. We've gotten this one before. You are entering a period of profound and heartfelt love, a deeply emotional time where you focus on, question, and think about the things that matter to you most. You will find yourself reevaluating your priorities and core values. This leads you along a path of self-discovery, bringing with it a deepened spiritual connection to the earth, your surroundings, family, friends, and loved ones. Your passion and appreciation for life are heightened. At times, your emotions overflow to the point of being almost unbearable. Yet this is nothing to fear or be concerned about, for this is the most sacred and precious time through which your loving intentions are both seen and felt by all around you. Your inner light and wisdom illuminates, heals, and inspires. This is a good time for creative writing, or you may feel inclined to draw, paint, or take up a creative pursuit of some kind. Thank the earth and the stars for the many blessings that you receive. I am in tune with my inner light and wisdom. I am guided always by love. I energetically share my light and wisdom with others. I am one with the earth and stars. The guidance I receive is free from the limitations of time and space. And we have the Four of Staves or Four of Wands as the overall message for love. So you feel you're going to feel very stable and protected and comforted by love and love in your life. And we have the Grace or the Star reversed. So it's all about looking up and seeing the brightness, seeing the stars, seeing the wonderful things in your life. Don't dwell on the past, present, or past or future, but think about now. Think about what is happening that is fantastic now. Then we have the Tower. We have the Tower upright, and that's all about breaking things that were not on stable footing. You are just clearing out all the nastiness, the muck, the grossness that is collected from people that have left their waste behind. They've dumped all their shit on you and they just went off to go be free. But when you dump your waste on somebody, you know that it's going to come back on you because it has to be karmically balanced, And we have the Queen of Staves reversed, and that is the Fire Queen, and she's all about getting the word out. She is the center of attention. She is loud. She is vivacious. She's on the go, 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 go. In reverse, she can be a little bit overkill. So, make sure you pull back. You don't give too much. You allow things to be given to you. Be receptive because there's a balance, We have masculine and feminine aspects within both of us. That's why it's okay for men to receive and women to aggress or assert themselves or give or we think that there has to be this one way for love, and it's like, well, the women just wait until some guy decides that he's going to pay any attention to her. But what if he's not the right guy? What if he's just an adult who thinks he sees something that he wants and just tries to take it? Well, who wants that? Who wants the wrong person? Why are you waiting for the wrong person? Shine, show who you are, be, and then you will attract those people that magnetically will come to you. You don't have to just wait around for somebody to maybe think they could be interested in you. That's not how it is. You will always bring in what is most like the vibration you are giving out. So with that, I leave you, and I hope you guys have just an explosive, fantastic week. Bye.